Hey guys, what's up? It's DowncastSpark and welcome back to another video. I hope you all are having a fantastic day so far. And we did it. We reached a milestone of 400 subscribers. Well, now it's, as I look, it's 428. Once again, I'm late on this kind of thing, but we're doing it. I thought like I would take the opportunity to actually make a Q&A because let's face it, I haven't made one in a hot minute. Anyway, so I decided to celebrate this milestone with you guys to do a Q&A just because why not? Because I'm somebody who doesn't like doing update videos, but I love interacting with the community. I like to find opportunities to interact with you guys, answer your guys' questions, and just try to have some fun with it. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. The first question is by my friend Pyramon. We're starting off this Q&A strong. Are you a dog? A, yes. B, yes. Or C, yes. Well, I don't have too much of a choice here, do I? What's your pros and cons about content creation? There's a lot of pros, right? Like, you get to meet great people. You get to learn many new skills that you normally would have not done. Your creativity would improve because you'd be constantly pushing yourself to see what else you could do. But there are some cons, right? Because like in the beginning of content creation, you always work at a form of loss. A lot of people would try to say like, oh, you don't need to invest anything to it. You don't need to put anything into it starting off. You really should. Like, I know that everybody says that. You don't have to go crazy like I did, who put like thousands of dollars into it, because I kind of had to, because at the time I was doing gaming content and now I do film, and both are pretty heavy when it comes to the kind of hardware and stuff that you use, right? But like if you're doing things like vlogs or like makeup tutorials, and nowadays a decent phone camera is better than like most cheaper DSLRs. Now it is better to get like a good camera, but starting off, as long as you have a good phone, some form of decent lighting, you know, and just an idea, you could really do just about anything. Know that one of the cons is, you know, eventually you will have to invest in it and work at a loss before you even start earning money. I mean, I've been doing YouTube for 5 years. I haven't earned $1 yet, and I'm fine with that. I'm just working hard and I'm just grinding to make good content for you guys. So, you know, like that's what you have to look at it as, is like, you know, a potential way to not only like get your name out there, be entertaining, have a good time, but, you know, eventually try to make it into a living, you know? So good question, Connor. Thank you for that. Next question is by Little Vertigo. What's your message to new content creators who are just getting started? Don't worry about the quality of your first video. Just don't post. Even if it's absolute garbage, post. Your first video, no matter how much effort you put into it, it's always gonna be like somewhat awkward. The editing is gonna be off. You know, because it's your first one. Make your first drawing or write your first song. Even if it's absolutely terrible, just get it out there and then go from there. You know, you took that first step that normally people won't take, so remember that. All right, next question is from Parnell Animation. So he actually has 3 questions. What is your favorite video that you've made? What would you say is your funniest behind the scenes story? When will you make an apology video for lying to us and yourself about being a doggo? Oh my God. Okay, question 1. What is my favorite video I have ever made? Probably would be Lavender. The reason why is because not only did I put so much effort into it, but it has a very sentimental side on me. It has a special place in my heart because it's a short film about the loss that I felt when my grandmother passed away, because she was like my superhero, you know what I mean? When it comes to dealing with that loss and not knowing like if you'll see them again, not knowing like what it holds, it leaves that kind of empty feeling, and it was something that I feel like a lot of people could relate to. And because of how much my grandmother loved my short films and loved what I did and always encouraged me, I felt like the perfect send-off for such an amazing woman would be a short film made for her. So Grandma, if your presence is anywhere here, thank you for all your love and support, and I will always love you forever. Okay, second, what would you say is your funniest behind the scenes story? There's 2. I want to talk about the Sonic video I recorded, but I'm still waiting for my friend Pinko to edit that for me because she's helping me out since I'm a bit behind on my videos and I'm trying to make weekly content. I'm gonna save that one for another day. Probably I would then say the Red Halloween, because I had two of my friends, Drox Brett and Friendly Neighborhood Crusader. We didn't have a lot of actors and stuff. I had to like teach them not only how to use a gimbal and the camera in the same day, but we had to film everything in the same day because we only had that one day to film it because Friendly Neighborhood Crusader has a full-time job that pretty much takes up most of his time. Like, we had to like improvise everything because we had to change so much of the original script because we didn't have enough time to do it on. There was supposed to be this bigger build of suspense when he walked into the park, seeing a car with their headlights on and things like that. He's supposed to pull up to the park and everything, but we weren't able to do that just because lack of time, lack of resources, and as being a smaller filmographer, we weren't able to do that. We couldn't even really afford good props. So this one scene here where you see my character Samuel dodging these machete swings, that was a real machete. I was genuinely dodging real swings. I do not recommend anyone to ever do that. It was probably the most terrifying thing I've done. I'm never doing that again, and I never recommend to do that. And we practiced with a stick multiple times. We probably did 6, 7 times, 8 times even, just to make sure that it was planned out perfectly. We had like this whole choreography planned out to make sure nobody got hurt. And I'm still very proud of it to this day because it's the 3rd most popular video on my channel as of right now. So, and about the apology video about being a doggo, do what this did. I've made countless mistakes in my judgment, and I am sorry to everybody involved. Okay, next question is from Kitty Doe. Who are your biggest inspirations when you look at content creators? Also, what helps you stay motivated and to keep posting? So when it came to my gaming content, I'd say my biggest inspirations were, I like to call the dynamic trio of my childhood, which was PewDiePie, Markiplier, and Jacksepticeye. I know it's a bit weird, and I took a lot of inspiration from Markiplier because I felt like, you know, me and Markiplier have like kind of like a similar form of humor. So I developed that and kind of like tried to make it my own over time, which I feel like I'm much better at that now. And what keeps me motivated is I feel like the motivation and the determination comes from all of your guys' love and support. And I know that sounds cheesy as hell and super generic, but I'm being genuine when I say that because none of this would be possible without an audience, right? Because when you go into content creation, when you go into entertaining to try to make a living off of it, to, you know, make it kind of like your career, the whole point is to entertain people, right? And even though like I'm genuinely like a very small creator, I feel like I did meet that goal. And it's because of this small community that we have built, I have a reason to keep going. Like, and honestly, I think the journey and you guys at the end of the day is truly what does keep me going. What is your favorite Netflix original TV show or movie? That's easy. Love, Death, and Robots. I love it. Have you thought about doing a collaboration with Alex? Okay, so if you guys never heard of this creator, but anyway, this is the guy. He posts videos on YouTube and Storyfire, and he makes some good stuff. One of my favorite films from him so far is probably Dollhouse. I do recommend checking him out. And Alex, if you watch this video, my DMs are open. Once we get the funds, let's meet up in person and make a film together. What keeps you motivated to continue making content? Any new plans with different styles of content? What keeps me motivated to make content, right? It's like you guys and the community that we are building. About the one with different styles of content, I have had tons of different ideas. I've been really wanting to get back into music because before I even got into acting, before I even got into filmmaking or editing, I started with music. I have already brought up in past streams and stuff that I play guitar. I have an original song on my channel called Nature's Dance. I do music. I'm just very enclosed about it because I'm very self-conscious on how I sound, my voice. I'm a huge perfectionist. Honestly, like it's something I really want to get back into. All right, next question is by Ducky Dave. How did you get into YouTube? I started YouTube back in November of 2016. I posted my first video on Alien Isolation. My friend, the Night Zero, along with a friend that we had at the time. We were celebrating my 17th birthday, right? Because I just turned 17. We were having a good time. We made a cake there. It was very small. It was just the 3 of us. And my friend, Night Zero, he was like, you know, Spark, I don't understand why you don't start doing YouTube content. You watch like Markiplier and stuff all the time. I don't see why you don't do anything with it, right? And of course, my first video was garbage. My second video was surprisingly worse. I don't even know how I did that, but I did. But that's besides the point. The reason why that game and that video with Alien Isolation will always hold a special place in my heart is it started that whole thing of like, even though I just started as like a shitty gaming channel with like my phone pointed at a TV screen, you know, like that one little thing, that like thing that I decided to do led to be so much more, and I'm forever grateful for that. Like, I don't think I could replace that for anything. Next question is by Tiana Howard Lovebless. She pretty much asked me like, what do I want to be when I grow up? By growing up, I think she means like, where do I see myself, you know, once I'm finally on my own, like a full grown on my own adult, right? So I'm gonna kind of round it like, where do I see myself in 5 years? I'm hoping in 5 years I'll at least have 2-3K subs. In that, you know, we're grinding, you know, we at least have enough to live to pay rent. We have, even though a small community, a very loving, kind community that supports one another, that genuinely wants to see art and fun, creative things, and just wanting to spread knowledge of animation and film and gaming and coding and all forms of amazing things that, you know, normally people would just kind of be like, oh, I can't do that. Because if I can do it, you know, anybody can do it. That's where I will see myself in 5 years, honestly. When I grow up. If you could make a let's play on a game regardless of when it came out, what game would it be? I'd probably say Fable 3. Reason why is I know that game gets a lot of shit, but it was my favorite game as a kid. It holds such a special place in my heart, and the story was pretty damn good. The gameplay was a bit off, but like the world building, the storytelling, the choices that you made that actually mattered at the end, all of that was just amazing to me. I like restarted and played that game like 6 times. It was good. It was a good game. I would totally play it on my channel. Here's the thing, a Fable game is in the works, so you know I'm gonna be playing that. I am super excited for the remake of Fable to come out. I'm just really hoping it's good. Yeah, you might see a Fable series comes out. So yeah. Verus asks, what kind of music do you like? Rock. I love rock. It doesn't matter. Math rock, progressive metal, pop rock, punk rock. I like rock that has rap mixed in it. Like, I'm just a rockhead. What's been the weirdest source of inspiration? Weird inspiration. How do you even describe that? Would that be like, I guess my cat? I've thrown my cat in like a few videos at this point. You know what? Where is he? Hold up. We're doing this.
Yes. Come here, baby. Come here, baby boy. We're going on an adventure! We're going on an adventure, Leo!
So, here he is. This is my weirdest source of inspiration. Worship him. Look at that face. How can you say no to that face? Honestly, this kind of makes me happy because now I have my cat on my lap. Okay, Pringles Domain asks, what camera do you use? Okay, so I actually have like 2 cameras right now. Right now I'm using my Canon Rebel T6i to film my face for this video because I use it as like a face cam. Eventually I plan on switching that to my Sony a6400 because once I get my Sony A1, but that's probably not gonna be for a hot minute. But yeah, I use a Canon Rebel T6i. Okay, Poker8 asks, what is the best Shrek film? Shrek 2. Shrek 2. Shrek 2 is god tier. Like, the fucking to the moon, alright? Like, you cannot argue with me. The original Shrek, it's pretty damn good. We wouldn't have Shrek 2 without it. Shrek the third, absolute trash. Get that out of my face. Boring as all can get out. Shrek the 4th, freaking mint, but it's still missing that, like, chef's kiss that Shrek 2 had. Like, I just, that's what it is. It's Shrek 2. Shrek 2. I Need a Hero with the fairy godmother. Best cover of in any movie ever. You cannot deny that movie was just clean. All the way clean. Pristine. Next question. Blake Evic, what do you do for fun? Leo, I got a question to ask. What do I do for fun? You know? What do we like to do for fun? He's like actually purring right now. It's honestly adorable. Honestly, what I like to do for fun is I like to play video games. I genuinely like talking to my friends on Discord and playing VR chat specifically, because VR chat, especially when you have like friends that are like around the world, it kind of makes you feel like you're in the same room. So I guess I like to hang out with my friends through VR and in real life. I genuinely love binging YouTube videos. I also like drawing. I like drawing. I don't do as much as I should, but I actually used to draw and paint a lot. This isn't like anything super fancy, but like this was like a painting I did back in high school. I like to go with like kind of like an Alice in Wonderland kind of style with like the greens and blues. And I mean personally, this isn't like my best painting, but it's definitely one of my most trippiest ones, and that kind of makes you go like, what the fuck's going on? So like I really like it about that. Who would you like to be sponsored by? Dr. Squatch, because I genuinely like their shampoo. And I have like really long hair. I mean, like I have it tied back right now, but it's like I'm trying to get it down to my lower back. So if you want like a male Rapunzel to just like come in with hair a-flowing, being like, be a man with Dr. Squatch, I can do that. I can do that. Who is your favorite YouTuber and what is your favorite video series from them? I'm gonna sound so basic for this. I'm a PewDiePie fan. What can I say? My favorite series was like his newer one, like when he started Minecraft. He's the only person who's played Minecraft that actually made it fun to watch. And I know that a lot of people are gonna be, oh, but Shrek, there's so many good YouTubers out there that make no, listen. PewDiePie's like Minecraft content genuinely was super fun, and I do believe that he did start the whole revival of Minecraft content. If you had to pick, who would you pick to chill with, Ethan or Keem? Personally, no, but probably Keem, just because since I live in a basement with my mom, if I was on your mother's basement podcast, that would just be like perfect ironic humor. Other than that, I wouldn't want to be like even like in the same state as those two. So like I'd rather just stay far away from them. They're both scummy. Like I'm just gonna say no to that. Just no, but like for the lols, Keem because of the podcast name, because it's hilarious. Other than that, none. Neither. Zip, zilch, gone. And to end it all, we have the best question. When are you going to play Gex?
For me? You shouldn't have. One for me and one for me. Sweet, like candy. Diamond's our girl's best friend. Lolly, 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 get your adverbs here.
I need this.
I'm out. Peace.